Fujino, a spirited fourth grader with a talent for drawing, has one big dream: to create a manga strip for her school's newspaper. Her classmates often marvel at her skills, declaring her the best artist in their grade. But everything changes when the latest issue of the school newspaper comes out. Next to Fujino's work is a manga by her quiet classmate, Kayamoto. The response is immediate. Kayamoto's art earns glowing praise, her realistic style captivating everyone. Fujino's heart sinks as her own work is overshadowed. A boy in class even tells her bluntly, "Your drawings look average next to Kayamoto's." Shaken but determined, Fujino vows to improve. She immerses herself in studying anatomy and perspective, filling her days with relentless practice. She buys numerous books and sketches everywhere she goes, even during family outings. However, her obsessive drawing habits soon alarm her friend Ki and her sister, who confront her out of concern for her well-being. Despite their worries, Fujino refuses to abandon her goal. Eventually, Fujino's resolve falters. When the school newspaper is distributed, she compares her comic to Kayamoto's, only to find Kayamoto's work superior once again. Feeling defeated, Fujino decides to quit drawing altogether. Time passes, and Fujino's teacher asks her to deliver Kayamoto's graduation diploma. When Fujino visits Kayamoto's home, she notices several sketchbooks scattered on the floor. Among them, she finds a sheet of paper with a 4-panel comic partially drawn. Compelled, Fujino picks up the paper and begins drawing. She creates a story about those who supported and opposed Kayamoto leaving her home, ending with a final panel depicting Kayamoto's death. Fujino drops the comic, and it drifts into Kayamoto's room before she leaves. Before Fujino gets far, Kayamoto approaches her. To Fujino's surprise, Kayamoto reveals she's a fan of Fujino's work. Kayamoto asks Fujino why she stopped drawing manga strips. Inspired by the encounter, Fujino shares that she's working on a story for a manga competition. She heads home, reignited with purpose, and begins crafting her submission. Some time passes, and one day, Fujino returns home from school to find Kayamoto in her room. It's revealed that Kayamoto has been helping Fujino with the background artwork for her manga. Together, they complete a 45-page comic and submit it. A manga company official reviews their work and praises it as amazing. Afterward, the two visit a store and pick up a copy of Weekly Jump magazine. Flipping through its pages, they find their comic featured. Overjoyed and now financially successful, they return to Fujino's home in high spirits. Fujino suggests they head to town to celebrate. While riding the train, Kayamoto opens up to Fujino. She admits that she doesn't attend school because she's too afraid to talk to people. She also shares that she started drawing simply because there was nothing else to do at home. With a smile, Kayamoto thanks Fujino for helping her step out of her room and into the world. As time goes by, Fujino and Kayamoto grow older. During a meeting with a manga company official, they're informed that the editor-in-chief suggests they aim for serialization after graduating high school. Fujino is thrilled, but when she turns to Kayamoto, she notices her friend doesn't share the excitement. While walking together, Kayamoto reveals her true feelings: she wants to attend art school. Kayamoto tells Fujino that she can't continue working on their series. Fujino reassures her, saying she can hire assistants to handle the background art. However, Fujino dismisses Kayamoto's plan, arguing that art school would require Kayamoto to interact with strangers and that it's better for her to stay by Fujino's side. Kayamoto stands her ground, explaining that she wants to live independently without relying on Fujino. Frustrated, Fujino warns Kayamoto that she'll fail, but Kayamoto refuses to back down. With heavy hearts, the two part ways, each choosing a different path forward. Fujino continues working on her manga and achieves significant success. Some time later, she takes a call discussing the need to hire new assistants. After ending the call, she resumes drawing while a news broadcast plays in the background. The reporter breaks the shocking news of an axe attack at an art university. Alarmed, Fujino tries calling Kayamoto, but there's no response. Moments later, her mother calls. As Fujino answers, she drops her phone in shock, staring blankly as the reporter announces that 12 people were killed and 3 injured in the attack. Shortly after, the manga company publishing Fujino's series informs readers that her work will go on hiatus. A shot of Kayamoto's grave confirms her death. Grieving, Fujino visits Kayamoto's home and stumbles upon the 4-panel comic she drew years ago. As she gazes at it, guilt overwhelms her, and she blames herself for Kayamoto's death. In frustration, Fujino tears the comic apart, and the piece with the words, "Don't come out" falls and drifts into Kayamoto's room. In an alternate reality, a younger Kayamoto finds the "Don't come out" piece in her room. Shortly after, the doorbell rings. Outside, Fujino leaves Kayamoto's graduation diploma at the front door before leaving. Curious but hesitant, Kayamoto exits her room and sees the comic strip. Believing a ghost delivered her diploma, she continues focusing on her artwork. Over time, this version of Kayamoto attends art school. Eventually, the scene shifts to show the art university attacker entering her campus. The murderer confronts Kayamoto, demanding to know if anyone copied his art piece. When Kayamoto tries to respond, he refuses to listen, accusing her of stealing his idea. Enraged, he attempts to attack her, but Fujino arrives just in time to knock him out and save Kayamoto. After the incident, Fujino calls someone to report what happened. Once the call ends, Kayamoto asks Fujino for her phone number and quickly realizes she's the same Fujino from school. She asks why Fujino stopped drawing manga in the past. Fujino explains that she started drawing again and hopes Kayamoto will become her assistant if her manga gets serialized. Kayamoto heads home and looks through a booklet filled with Fujino's 4-panel manga comics. Among the pages, she finds a blank sheet with 4 squares drawn on it. Feeling inspired, she draws something, and the paper drifts mysteriously out of her room. In the real world, Fujino sits beside Kayamoto's sketchbooks and notices a piece of paper nearby. On it is a 4-panel comic titled "Look Back," depicting Fujino saving Kayamoto from the university attacker. Fujino explores Kayamoto's room and discovers that Kayamoto had bought her manga, collected her posters, and filled out a reader questionnaire. Turning around, Fujino spots Kayamoto's signed jacket, a reminder of their bond. A montage follows of Fujino reflecting on her passion for art and the time she spent with Kayamoto. She recalls their joyful moments of collaboration and hard work. In the present, Fujino weeps as she gazes at the final page of her manga's first volume. With renewed determination, she returns to her workspace to draw. Eventually, Fujino leaves her office. Life's a series of panels, and every like and subscribe adds a little more ink to the story. Don't leave this manga unfinished. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a like to keep the creativity flowing.